Hey, Kimberly here, coming to you from a little bit of a different location than usual. I am in the kids' room in one of our short-term rental properties. My husband and I own two rental properties on Lake Hartwell, Georgia. We recently sold one in Gatlinburg, Tennessee that was a short-term rental, and we've had a couple of long-term rentals in the past as well. My husband and I have found that investing in real estate is one of the best ways to get bang for your buck, to make a big profit. And you'll notice that most millionaires and definitely billionaires invest a lot of money in real estate. So, what is real estate? That's just any land and buildings that you own. And if it's an investment, that means that you are buying it for the sole purpose of getting a cash flow from it and/or selling it for more than what you paid for it. So what I'm going to do in this video today is just help you to see what the pros and cons are of purchasing real estate. So the first big pro is that you have your money in an investment that appreciates. Appreciation means that it is growing in value. We saw that with stock market. Dollar appreciation was when the value of the stock goes up. And most of the time, real estate does appreciate over the years. We have seen since 2020, real estate has just expanded huge amounts. And that really helped us when we sold our property in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, because the value went up astronomically, much more than we would have ever expected. But we do expect over time each year that property value does increase a little bit. Not typically as much as we've seen since COVID, but we do expect it to go up by a few percentage points. So just investing in real estate itself means that your house or your land should increase in value just because time is passing. The next big benefit in investing in real estate is the tax benefits. And that's why we see so many wealthy people invest in real estate. And that's because if you take out a mortgage or you take out a loan on the property that you purchase, you're going to be paying interest. And the interest you pay is tax deductible, which means it makes your taxes that you owe at the end of the year less than they would have been otherwise. So, a lot of times people take advantage of having a mortgage or a loan on the property so that they can take advantage of those tax benefits. Another benefit we've enjoyed a lot about owning real estate is the cash flow. And that's because we're renting it out, whether it's on a short term basis, which is primarily for vacations, or if it's for a long term rental where you sign a lease for 1 or 2 years, we have a pretty consistent cash flow. One that actually allowed my husband to leave his 60-hour-a-week job a few years back because he was able to just focus on the properties while we enjoyed having the cash flow from people going on vacations willing to spend a good bit of money. And that's been a really big benefit for us that while we are taking advantage of that dollar appreciation taking place over time before we sell it, we're also getting a cash flow in the meantime. Now, for some of the downsides of owning real estate. One is just the fact that you have to have a lot of capital up front. And what I mean by capital is cash saved in order to purchase that home or that piece of property. So while down payments can vary between 3%, 10%, 20%, it can still be a huge chunk of money. I mean, think about buying a house that's $400,000. If you want to put down 10% on that, which you can typically do with your first investment property, that's still $40,000 in cash. If you want to do so, you want to put down 20%, that would be $80,000 in cash. That is a lot of money to save ahead of time. So that is a big disadvantage of investing in real estate is that you have to save up a lot of money and then you have to tie up a good bit in that real estate as well. The other disadvantage I want to mention is that whenever you own a home in general, there's a lot of upkeep, and that can be very expensive and time consuming. So, if you own multiple homes, there is a lot that you have to manage. So, my husband does come down to these properties on a regular basis to change out light bulbs or to change the filter in the hot tub or whatever it is that needs to be done to make sure that we are keeping these properties top notch. And again, that can be expensive and time consuming, but we have found it to be worth it in the end. If you would like to learn more about real estate, whether that is about investment properties, about purchasing the home, the upkeep, whatever it may be, let me know in the comments so I know which type of videos to make and which topics that you want to hear about. Make sure to like and subscribe so that you can learn more about how to be financially successful.